Hey everyone, we are back, and in the previous video we set up the display of our race timer. So if we play in the editor here in the upper left hand corner, there is our timer for our race. We also set it up to keep track of our lap timer, which we are currently not displaying, but we set it up so that we can keep track of it behind the scenes in the event that the player beats their best lap time. We have something to reference it against. So in this video what we're going to do is continue inside of the my player controller blueprint. We're going to hook up the restart function so that the player can actually restart the race once they've completed all the laps. And then we're also going to continue inside the lap and race timers by completing the functionality for checking if the player has beaten the best race time and the best lap time. So let's go ahead and continue. Down inside the content browser, let's go to our blueprints folder. Let's open up our my player controller blueprint. So I'm going to double click and open it up. And making sure that we are on the event graph here. So again, if you forget, go ahead and go to the event graph just by double clicking on it. And first thing we're going to do, we have two nodes up here actually. We have start game setup and we have restart. The start game setup, I hadn't planned on actually adding this, but let's go ahead and add it because it's super small. So we're going to drag off the start game setup first. And the first thing that we're going to do for when we start our game is perform a save game check. So that function that we created called save game check, we want to check and see if we have any save game data to load. So as part of our start game setup, check and see if we have a save game. Following that, we're going to run another function that we created called init text. And that function is going to be used to initialize all of the text and set them back to their default values or the values that they should be when starting the game. And that's really all we're going to do for start game is run those two functions. So let's actually just add a comment around that real quick. Hit C and just call it start game sequence check for save and init text. That's all it does. Just figured we would do that because it's super small, just to get it out of the way. So let's actually hop down to the restart function because this is something that we were going to focus on in this video. First thing that we're going to do is go over to my blueprint panel. And I think we did this a couple videos ago. We clicked this eye icon here and we showed inherited variables. I'm going to uncheck this so that we just get rid of some of those things and we can only focus on what we need for now. And what we need for now actually is our race start Boolean variable here. So I'm going to hold Alt, left click and drag that into the graph because we want to say that the race has not started at this point. And we are going to use this variable a little bit later to control whether or not the player can actually move the vehicle inside of the game. When the race has started, we're going to set that variable to true so that the player can drive the vehicle. When we uncheck this variable and the race's start value is false, we're going to prevent the player from being able to drive. So when we are in the process of restarting, we're going to uncheck race start so that the player can't actually move. So let's go ahead and hook this up like so. All we're going to do is leave it unchecked. We're going to give it a little bit of a delay before we call the node to restart our level. So I'm going to drag off of this here and add a delay node. Again, this is something that you can tune and tweak later if you'd like. For now, I'm going to set this to say 6 seconds. And we want to add this delay node because when the race ends, we want to give it a little bit of time in case the player has completed a new race or lap record to display that information so that they can see that before we actually restart the race. So this value here, you can come in and change this later if you'd like to tune and tweak to get the value that you'd like. But we're going to add that there for now. And then the last part that we're going to do as part of this restart function here is drag off of this. And we're going to add a execute console command node. So execute console command. And the command that we want to actually enter, we're going to enter it in this box here. All we want to call is restart level. So restart level is the console command we are executing, and that will restart our map for us. So that's actually all we are going to do for this. Let's add a comment around this. Hit C, and we're just going to say restart map when the race is complete. So let's compile and save. And if we go back to the level now, and we go back to our tracker blueprint, and we go to the event graph of it, so on our event graph, we've noted that when we clear a checkpoint, we're performing the lap check. We're also checking to see if race is complete. Well, where is this getting set? If we go into our lap check, there's a function called race check complete that is getting checked as part of our lap check here. So we go into that. This is where we are actually setting it. So is the number of the lap that we're on equal to the max laps? If it is, we're then going to call race complete. If we go back to our lap check, if we have said that race check is complete, we're then going to call update lap. Update lap is also going to say race is complete, and it's going to run lap check timer, etc. But back in our tracker on the event graph, we said if race is complete, call restart. And restart is going to set our variable that we just set, wait 6 seconds, and then restart our map. So we should be able to test this actually. I'm going to save, and let's go to our map. I'm going to plan the editor here. So once we drive around, we got our timer, we've got our checkpoint working. Let's go all the way around like so. Hopefully, even if we flip actually, we've set up our script so that if the player flips, we respawn. So we are making some very good progress. We're almost done. We just need to get our HUD in and our save system, which will go by pretty quickly. So I'm about 20 seconds in. Gonna go over the loop, come around the corner. You know what I probably should have done is set this to 1 lap now that I think about it. It's you guys enjoy watching me go around this track, right? I would enjoy watching me do so. So let me continue. Next time I test this, I promise I'll set it to 1 lap so that we only have to go through this once. Oh, barely made that. So our checkpoint system is working. It's actually pretty fun to kind of drive around and just do this. So we got one more. And our race is complete. It didn't spawn the next checkpoint. It's going to wait 6 seconds and respawn us in our level. And it restarted our timer as well. So our system is set up. There's still some fine tuning and things that we need to do, but because we've set in our tracker here, if I find it, there he is. We've set our max laps to 2. We've completed 2 laps, so it stops our race and restarts the map for us. We are pretty good. We're in good shape. The last thing that we'll do for this video is set up the checking to see if we have beaten our lap time and our race time. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and go back to our My Player Controller blueprint. Again, inside the blueprints folder. I have it open here at the top, so I'm just going to go to it there. And where do we want to start? We want to start with the lap time check. So let's go ahead and go to the My Blueprint panel. Let's go to the lap time check function. Let's go ahead and double click, open that up. And inside of here, what we're going to do, the first thing that we're going to do once we are checking to see if the player has a new record is stop our lap timer. So let's go ahead and drag off the lap time check here, call our custom event called stop lap time, and that's going to stop it. What we're going to do at that point is let's go to the event graph real quick. Where's our event graph? Let's go over to, yeah, we did set that already. So we are setting actual lap time in this portion of script here. So let's go back to our lap time check. What we want to do is take our actual lap time now. So we're going to go to our value variables here, take our actual lap time, going to hold control and drag that into the graph. Going to take best lap time now. Just going to hold control, drag that into the graph like so. And we're going to say, is the actual lap time less than or equal to our best time? So is it less than or equal to? Going to hold B and left click, create a branch, and connect up our condition. And let's connect this like so. So we are running a check here. True or false, is our actual lap time less than our best lap time? If it is not, we'll worry about the false first because this is pretty quick. If it is not, all we're going to do is take our actual race time and reset it back to 0. So we're going to hold Alt, or not race time, lap time. I'm glad I caught that. I'll take the actual lap time, hold Alt, drag that in, and connect it off the false. That's all we're going to do is set that to 0. Next thing that we're going to do is let's hold B and left click to create a branch. We're then going to connect the set to the branch. And the condition that we're going to check here is the race complete. So let's get our race. And hold Control. Drag that into the graph. Connect it up. If it is not complete, if we have more laps to go, all we're going to do is call our start lap time. So restart our lap time. And because we've set that up on the event graph to play from start, it's going to start over back at 0 and give us a new lap timer. So let's go back to our lap time check here. So that's all we're going to do. If the race is complete, we are going to call our race time check. So our race time check, we want to check and see if we have a new best race time. So let's left click and drag that into the graph. And let's connect that like so. And that's all we're going to do. For the false, actually. For the true, what we're going to do, let's go up to the true now. We're going to take our actual lap time here. I'm going to Control C and Control V and paste it up here. We're then going to take our best lap over in the details panel. So our best lap time, we're going to hold Alt and drag that in so that we are now setting it. I'm going to connect our true. Going to connect the actual lap time to our best lap time. So we are now saying whatever our actual lap time was, set that as the new best lap time. For the purposes of displaying it on our HUD, however, we're going to have to convert this value into a readable format. So we're going to use our handy time to text node that we created. We're going to take our float value, plug that into the time. It's going to do all that magic under the hood for us. Then over in the variables section of the My Blueprint panel, let's go to our text variables and let's grab our best lap text. I'm going to hold Alt, left click and drag that into the graph. Going to connect it up like so and connect this like so that we can now display the best lap text. Now what we would eventually want to do, we're not going to do it in this video, once we have determined that we have a new best lap record, we would want to save that at that point. So fortunately for us, we created the function to save the game. So let's call that here. So we're going to call save the game. It's not actually going to save the game yet because we haven't set that up, but we would want to call this function here. So call save the game. And let's just move this down and over a little bit. Probably over a little bit more. After saving the game, we're going to want to take our actual lap that we're setting here, hit Control C, Control V. We want to set it back to 0 as well. Like so. And that's actually it. That's actually all we want to do for our lap time check. So I'm going to take this over, move this over just a little bit. We also want to check if the race is complete. And we also want to restart our lap time. So that's all we need to do for this. There's going to be a little bit more polished stuff that we'll come back and do a little bit later. But for now, this is good. Let's actually add a comment around all of this. Hit C. And this is lap time check. Checks if we have a new lap record. If so, saves it, etc. So that's good. We are good on our lap time check. There's one more thing that we're going to do for the purposes of testing. Let's right-click. Let's right-click under the save game here. So we're going to right-click, print text, and let's actually take our executable out, plug it into our print text, move this over just a little bit, plug this in like so. We're going to take our best lap text now and plug that in here just so we can see when we have a new record that we display that. So let's go ahead and compile. We'll come back and delete this a little bit later. So let's actually go to our race time check function now and create that, and then we'll close out this video by testing. So let's go to our race time check. It's going to be very similar to what we just did. So just double click on it in the My Blueprint panel. And for the race time check, let's go over to our variables over here, the value variables. Let's grab our actual race time, hold Control, drag that in. And is that value less than or equal to our best race time? So let's Control, drag in best race time. So let's drag off of this and say less than or equal to. Plug this in. Gonna hold B, left click, create a branch, connect the condition, connect the race time, like so. And for the false, we don't need to do anything here. All we need to worry about is whether or not the player has actually beaten the best race time. If they have, then we need to add that script up here. So we're going to take our actual race time, Control-C, Control-V to paste it. Over in the My Blueprint panel, going to take the best race time, going to hold Alt and drag in a copy to create a set node. We're going to set actual race time to the new best race time. Connect the true, like so. Going to take our time to text utility node, convert that, like so. Going to go back to the My Blueprint now. Under the text variables, we should have a variable called best time text. So let's find that. And let's just drag that in, like so that we set it. Let's actually right-click and say print text. Let's just do this now because we're going to want to do it. Let's connect this to this and this to this so that we can see it. What we would want to do, again, if we have a new best race time, is call our save the game function. So let's go ahead and left-click and drag that in, like so. And that's it. That's all we need to do for our best our race time checking. So let's go ahead and add a comment around all of these. Let's see, and this is race time check. Saves the actual, well, not actual, saves the best race time if we have a new record. So our race time check is complete. Let's actually compile and save. And there's a couple more things we need to do before we can actually test this. Let's hop to the event graph. So double click on that. And over near our race and lap timers, let's actually kill our print text here. We no longer need this. I'm going to delete this so that we aren't displaying our timer, because we're going to hook that up to the HUD a little bit later as well. The other thing that we need to do is up near our event begin play. We're currently starting the race timer, but we also need to start our lap timer as well. So let's right click and say start lap time upon begin play, like so. So let's connect that up, like so. And the last thing that we need to do before we can test actually is inside of our save game check. We're going to do something in here to set the default best lap and best race time. So let's go into our save game check. So I'm going to double click on that function. Again, you can get to it in the My Blueprint panel. So our save game check. We're going to add a bunch of script in here, checking to see if the player has a save game. If they do, we're going to load that up. Not necessarily going to do that here, but what we do need to do is set the default best lap and best race times. So we're going to do that by going to the My Blueprint panel. Let's go down to the default best lap time. Let's hold control and drag that into the graph by left clicking. Let's get the default best race time, hold control, and drag that into the graph. And let's take our best lap time now. Let's hold Alt this time and drag that into the graph. And our best race time, we're going to hold Alt and drag that into the graph. Now what we're going to do is take our default best lap, plug it in, and our default best race, and plug that in, and connect these up like so. Again, later we'll get to some more script in here where we're actually checking for a save game. If we don't have a save game, we'll come through this portion of script. But in order to test, we need to set some default best lap and best race times. So with all of that, let's compile and save, and we should be able to test our system out now. As we drive around, once we beat our best lap time, that should update. If we come around again, beat our best race time, it should actually show that as well. And for the purposes of testing, you can click your tracker and increase those values right here in the details panel. But I think 60 seconds and a minute 20 is more than enough for our best lap and best race time. So let's actually test this. So I'm playing the editor here. And once I drive around, we should get a new best lap time displayed in the upper left-hand corner of the screen as I almost flip over. I was just about to say I'm getting really good at driving this, and I almost flipped the car over. So let's continue and go off the jump, and a little bit more. And yeah, in the next video, I think we'll do the save system so that we can actually save our best times as I come around the last time here. And in the upper left-hand corner, we're on lap 2. Our best lap time was 31 seconds, it looked like it said. So in the next video, we'll actually work on saving those so that we can save them. And then the video after that, we'll probably get into the HUD. We'll see how we're doing on time. So as I come around here, almost missed that checkpoint. If I beat this time, I should get the best race time displayed in the upper left-hand corner of our screen. So let's see. Should definitely be under 2 minutes, which it is. And I also got a new best lap time there, it looked like, too, of 29 seconds. So it's actually checking for us now, and it restarted as well because we finished our race. So we are well along our way to finishing up this system. That is actually going to do it for this video. In the next video, we will work on the save game so that we can actually save our status. And then after that, we will probably get into our HUD. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.